here, and thanks again for watching a TCG video on my channel. In this video I'm gonna show you how to build a competitive standard deck to go to tournaments with. So if you follow the steps exactly like in this video, you will be ready for your very first tournament in your local league. So what do you need? The current format right now is Primal Clash and onwards, meaning the standard format. This is not based on the expanded format. I'm gonna give you a little bit of information in the video as well about expanded format, but this will be based on standard format mainly. So the things you will need. So we need sleeves, of course. You cannot play in a tournament with your deck because your cards might be marked and stuff like that. That's why we need sleeves in order to protect our cards. Collectors already have sleeves, so they come in a lot of varieties. I definitely recommend buying an Elite Trainer box before starting a tournament or starting to build a competitive deck, just because they come with everything you might need. They come with damage counters, because that is also something you need. They come with sleeves, they come with energies and burn markers, GX markers in the latest Sun and Moon Elite box trainers. That's just great because yeah, you will definitely want to make a deck, maybe with a GX move in it. Alright, what else do we need? Except for that, we need a competitive binder. Just gonna lay that over here. A competitive binder like this. This is an Ultra Pro binder. I definitely recommend Ultra Pro. It's also great with sleeves. They have sleeves that come with the same color as the binder, so if you want anything in particular of a particular color, you can just go with it. This is an example, red sleeves. You can also have these invisible sleeves where you can still see the back. Those are not allowed at tournaments. The backwards, this back must be shown. That's why everything like this clear sleeves are not allowed. So definitely get an Elite Trainer box. As I mentioned, they have this sleeves and they look pretty awesome, but they are kind of easy to break. So the good thing that is with the Elite Trainer boxes, they come with 65 sleeves now, so that's great. So we have our sleeves out of the way. And another thing that is optional is a deck box like this, because with this you can just put your deck in a safe box while you are traveling. Because most of the times if you go to tournaments, you travel, maybe you have a local league at your area. So what do we need? As mentioned, a competitive TCG binder is a must. So in this binder, as you might see, there are competitive cards in here. We have 4 Laurentis, 4 Decidueye. So but basically you have to collect everything that might be playable if you like to play with the Pokemon trading card game. You could also go for your just building one deck and just improving it time after time. But if you're a really competitive player, you definitely want to have multiple copies of different types of Pokemon. So this is just sorted by type. So yeah, we have these are also they marked with how much they are. I live in Europe, so that's why it's in euros. So I also sell Pokemon cards in my local league, so that's why certain Pokemon cards are marked with price tags. As you see, those are not for trade because yeah, with that I make decks. So the thing you should know is how do I make this binder? Well, we have of course the GXs and EXs, because we live in a format with GXs and EXs. Then we have a couple of breaks here and there, and then I sort everything that I think might be playable in the future or is playable. I just sort by type. So that is also something I definitely recommend. I just have all the grass types that might be playable. Just think about Vileplume, Serena is an annoying card. We have Shiinotic, Vespiquen, Yanmega. There could be more, but this is everything I have at the moment. So all the rest I sold for other cards or traded. So we have fire, we have water. Some cards are missing because I still have them in certain decks, so that's why. If you don't want to play with Shaman, that is also something I'm gonna mention in this video. A competitive deck nowadays needs a Shaman EX or a Tapu Lele at least. Tapu Lele comes in the Guardians Rising set, so we're also looking at the future here. So as you see, everything is sorted by type in my binder. That is also something I recommend. Start with GXs and EXs first, because that is great trade material, and just go on by type. Sorting them by type is really powerful, because that gives you the opportunity to just, if you want to make a dragon deck, just go with this, a dark deck, the normal type deck, fighting deck. They're all sorted by type, so that's easy to make decks with. Certain cards, these are just regular hollows. The thing I'm going to mention here, next up we have the items and trainers. And the thing you should know is that these are actually staples. And all the formats right now, we have standard and expanded. These are the cards that are almost in every deck. Just if you're having problems with making decks, put in 4 copies of Sycamore, 2 copies of N, 2 copies of Lysander, 4 Ultra Ball, and then maybe Trainer's Mail. That might be optional, but if you have that, you already have your decent draw supporters right there, and then the rest is optional. So moving on, I just have to mention Max Elixir, VS Seeker, and Fury Belt. Those are also in most decks, but these are just for basic and non-item lock decks. So in this video, I'm just gonna make a Decidueye deck because it's a Sun and Moon card. I really adore the card. And the thing you should know in the binder as well, the competitive binder, is that you definitely have to sort them by item. So these are all items, followed then by the supporters. So as you see, there are also things for expanded. Put that on the back. How you can tell that something is for expanded if it's older than Primal Clash. So Tool Scraper and Hypnotoxic Laser, Super Scoop Up, and Muscle Band. They're all in the back. They are really great cards, but they can only be used in expanded. Expanded is also something you want to test out maybe, but in this video I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Expanded is just expanding the format. Instead of Primal Clash onwards, it is X, Y, or actually black and white and all the way to Sun and Moon. So a really huge format where you can just pick a variety of cards. Okay, so moving on, we have the items, and then we have the supporters right here. You definitely want to have draw supporters, as mentioned, of around 8, but this is just showing you how to have your binder set up so you can start making decks really fast. This is going to be really fast making a deck. It's just so much fun and so easy. Then followed by stadium cards, and then of course energies. I really like playing with holographic energies, so that's why, yeah, there's all holographic energies right here. You don't actually want to see all of this, but yeah, it's just showing you how I sort them by type. So we're just gonna go back to the start of the binder, how we are gonna make a deck. So as mentioned, I want to play with the Decidueye, so running 4 copies is a must in that kind of deck because it needs sniping. If you want to know more about the current top decks, I made a video about it on my channel. I also make competitive TCG videos every week. I also make Pokemon TCG videos on a daily basis, but mainly focused on the competitive side. We have the episodes, and in an episode like that I talk about competitive decks and how to use them. Also make TCG online battles and regular TCG real life battles if you're interested. So we have our, I'm just gonna put the binder away. Now we're just gonna build the deck. So you already saw the binder anyhow, so we have 4 Decidueyes right there. The great thing about Decidueye is of course the sniping, so we need 60 cards in total. I haven't mentioned that. If you want to make a competitive deck, make sure it has 60 cards. Usually the deck is filled around 40%, or actually I'm just gonna say 40 of the 60 cards are usually items, supporters, and stadiums. The rest is energies and Pokemon. That depends. I just recommend running in a deck like this, maybe around, let's see, maybe 16 Pokemon in total. The energy count for this deck is kind of low. We're just gonna start off with the energies first. A deck like this that is running Decidueye doesn't need many energies because it has the ability to snipe. So I'm just gonna go with 4 grass energies. There we go. Just gonna put them out of the binder and just gonna slap them in the right corner, so that way we know we are running 4 grass energies. Alright, with that out of the way, we also want 4 double colorless energies because it needs double colorless energies to attack with his Razor Leaf, so this gives us the ability to do that. So we have the energies out of the way. The usual energy count is 8 to 12. So you can add it up to 13, and certain decks like Darkrai Dragonair run about 16 or even 17, 18 energies. It all depends on which deck you're playing, but most competitive decks, if it's just a competitive deck, just run around 12 energies. In this situation it's a bit different because we already sniped, we don't need that many energies, so that's that. Okay, now we have our energies out of the way, our main Pokemon out of the way. What do we fill the deck with? So I'm just gonna start off with our draw supporter of choice, which is 2 copies of Shaman. Shaman is good, setup is good, it's an expensive card, I know, but if you want other options, we have Oranguru of the Sun and Moon set, and of course there's an Octillery as well. It's a stage 1, but it fits better with the water type deck, so if you're playing a water type, definitely try out the Octillery. So we have our draw supporter. In the future there could be a Tapu Lele as a Shaman replacement, so just think about that. What am I gonna do next? Well, I'm just gonna check out which Pokemon that are also attackers. The Decidueye is not the only Pokemon that we need. We're just gonna put the evolution lines in as well, because you cannot get out of stage 2 without the stage 1 and the basics. So we're just gonna put 4 Dartrix down, and then of course out of the binder we have 4 Rowlet. So this video is just for beginning players out there, or maybe you just want to see how I make decks. That's also something certain people might be interested in. So we need a combination. We have the Decidueye. We could go with Crushing Hammer method and Tauros, but I think playing the Vileplume is a bit better in a deck with the Decidueye. Or maybe we could play Latios EX. So since I don't have Latios EX multiple copies of, we're just gonna go with Vileplume. Gonna run 2 copies. So a 2-2-2 line should be efficient to get Vileplume out in a decent rate. So there we go. We have our Pokemon set up. So we have our Vileplume line, our Decidueye line. So now you might think, you are running way too many stage 2s, this is never gonna work. Well, I'm just gonna explain to you right now. We have Forest of Giant Plants, an overpowered stadium card for grass types, so that's why I'm able to do that. Usually decks run basic GXs and EXs, or maybe a stage 1, all depending which deck you're playing. There's also a stage 2 Solgaleo deck you should be worried about, so stage 2s are not dead as of yet. What else do we need? We need multiple attackers. So we have our stage 2s, and just think about where we don't have our Forest of Giant Plants out. We need something powerful to attack. We have a lot of options in the binder. We could play, let's say we have Lugia, Pidgeot, Tauros, maybe Altaria. Everything that needs DCE can be put in the deck. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna run Lugia, 1 copy of that. Then, maybe I want to run Tauros as well. We have 1 copy of Tauros. It all needs DCE, so we're just pretty safe on that part. And another thing I'm gonna run here is a Beedrill, just because at the moment we don't have the tool card that came out in Guardians Rising, which is the Windblower. That removes tool cards, but for now we use Beedrill. If we can Lysander something out, we can just make sure that it's stuck in the active position by removing the Floatstone. Really great to get rid of that Floatstone on the Garbodor, which is an ability locker. So now that we got our Pokemon out of the way, let's make the count. We have 4 Decidueye, 4 Dartrix, 4 Rowlet, which is already the Pokemon count to 12. Then a 2-2-2 line, which added set up the 6 with the 12 is 18 Pokemon. 2 Shaman, it's 20. Then we have 3 alternate attackers slash a support Pokemon, so we have 23 Pokemon. So that is kind of the maximum for a deck. If you're running a deck like Vespiquen, you might even add more, but that depends again on the deck. So around 20-ish Pokemon is about the limit. So there's that. Next up, we have energies. We have our Pokemon. So next up, we are just gonna go with the items. So what items can we use? We just have to scroll through the binder, because we are done with the Pokemon and the energies. So the next thing I do is just add in the staples. On the page that I showed you, we have a couple of staples that are in every deck. So we have 4 copies of Sycamore. Sycamore is a powerful supporter. I also made a video about the top 10 supporters, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. If you don't know what supporters to use, I made a great list that explains all the supporters and how good they actually are. So Sycamore, just so good. You can discard many cards in your hand and draw 7. This is great if you have garbage in your hand, to discard it and have a fresh new hand of 7 to make moves with. Next up, 2 copies of N. N is something I really like, definitely in the late game, because that way you can just come back from a game and give your opponent only 1 or 2 cards depending on their prize card. So I really like it. Next main card staple is Lysander. Lysander is just so good. Lysandering up something to knock out, make something in the active position and make it stuck. So Lysander, a great card. I usually run around 2 copies. This deck might even consider 3 copies, since we are not running VS Seeker. I'm just gonna explain the staples I talked about with the basic decks, with Fighting Fury Belt, Max Elixir, and decks that don't rely on item lock. Definitely use 4 copies or even 3 if you don't have 4 of VS Seeker. VS Seeker lets you reuse all those powerful supporters and that way you are just ready to rock and roll, and it's a situational thing where you can just get out a supporter from your discard pile and poof, out of nowhere you turn your two Lysanders into many. You just get your Sycamore if you have a garbage hand, you top deck via Seeker, bam, you're back. Okay, next staple is Ultra Ball. Why is Ultra Ball so good? Why not run other Pokeballs? Well, this Ultra Ball makes it so, let's just see if this fits on the camera here. Yeah, it just fits perfectly. We have the 4 Ultra Ball. Why is it good? As mentioned, you can discard cards and just search your deck for any Pokemon. It can be a GX, it can be an EX, it can be a basic, it can be an evolution. You can search for anything you might want. So why is the drawback of discarding 2 cards not that bad at first sight? We discard energies that we can get back with maybe a Super Rod. We can discard Pokemon that we can get back with again Super Rod or a Revitalizer. We can just discard stuff to use the setup ability of Shaman to draw more cards. We can just discard anything we don't need anymore, like in this deck we can discard Forest of Giant Plants if we already have it out. So a lot of options are available with Ultra Ball. The next cards that I'm gonna check in the deck is Trainer's Mail. You can add it up to 4 copies if you want to, but I am just playing 3 just because I think we have another card that is also great in this deck. So 3 Trainer's Mail makes your consistency even better. Just search your deck, the top 4 cards, and if there's a trainer card in there, just get it out. You can get out your Ultra Ball, you can get out your Sycamore, you can get out your Lysander. It's just so good. So it states, look at the top 4 cards. As mentioned, you may reveal a trainer card. That can be a stadium, can be a supporter, and an item as well. So now that we have our staples, our energies, and our Pokemon out of the way, what cards can we put in? We have Via Seeker, but we have Vileplume in our deck. This is never gonna work because if we're item locked, these Via Seekers become useless. Max Elixir and Fury Belt, also really great items, but we do run basics, but they rely on the double Carlos energy, so Max Elixir is useless. Fighting Fury Belt is also a neat thing to consider, but then again, we might get item locked, and yeah, then it's not that good. Maybe a Timer Ball. I'm kind of a big fan of Timer Ball. It's depending a bit of luck. Because you definitely have to flip 2 coins, but 50% of the time you get 1, 25% you get 2, and the 25% you get 0. Timer Ball can get out your Decidueyes, Dartrix, Gloom. Just think about the things where you just need that Decidueye right now, and you only have 1 card. Then maybe you can rely on Timer Ball, but playing other Pokeballs is maybe better. We have other things we can just put in 2 Level Balls. Why is Level Ball good? I'm just gonna put them like this, or maybe over the Timer Ball. We don't have that much space. We're just gonna do the same with the energies, so we already know how many energies are in the deck. Just gonna slap them like this, otherwise we don't have space to fit the entire deck on this little screen right here. Yeah, just give me a moment, that way you can still see that there are 4. Let's just check on the camera if that is so. Yeah, we still have room for other cards. Now that we have our Pokeballs out of the way, you definitely need to consider we have Dive Ball, we have Heavy Ball, we have yeah, Nest Ball. Don't run Great Ball, it's not that consistent. There's a lot of Pokeballs you might choose. In a setup deck, definitely run more than just the 4 Ultra Ball. If you're just running basics, maybe run 4 Ultra Balls and a Nest Ball. It's just your choice. What else am I gonna check in this deck? We have great cards that I just want to mention is Mega Turbo, really great in Mega decks. Energy Retrieval, great in decks that rely on stuff in the discard, or actually that discard a lot of energies, like the Volcanion deck. What else? Energy Switch is great in the Lapras deck, but in this deck it won't do much. We have Weakness Policy. We might slap that in the deck just because we are weak to fire, but we can definitely handle fire decks if we can get out Vileplume, because the fire decks usually rely on a ton of items. We have Switch, we don't need that, but I think there's something else we need. We need Floatstone, because before we are item locked, we are just gonna slap some Floatstones on, and with that we can just have ourselves free retreat, because that makes it so your Pokemon has free retreat. So I'm still looking for items. As you might have guessed, a deck relies heavily on items, so yeah, you should definitely consider running an item locker like Vileplume, because in the format items are all around. As mentioned, energies 8 to 16, and that limit is great, then the Pokemon line around 20 or maybe less depending on your deck, of course. And then all the rest are items and supporters. I definitely recommend running at least 6 draw supporters in combination with a draw support Pokemon like Shaman. You can add it up more because yeah, just think about running one more supporter that we just maybe a third N or something else. I'm just gonna go for Lily in this situation. Just gonna put him right there. She's going right there because yeah, we need another draw supporter, and this is a really great card if you happen to start with it. So with that, we add our yeah, draw support to around 7 supporters, which is I think it's consistent since we do run Trainer's Mail. This is just based on experience, so that's how I'm usually making decks. Just putting my playmat down and just scrolling through my binder and just think of cards that I might run. So yeah, as mentioned, the Revitalizer is a great combo because if we discard something with Sycamore, we can get it back with Revitalizer. So I usually turn after turn do that. So we are just gonna make some space here. It's getting a bit crappy. It's getting crowded with all these balls. So we have 2 level ball and 1 timer ball. Just gonna make some room that I can place some more items down because this deck has a lot of items. Talking about items, I'm not running 4 Trainer Mail because I run 1 Acrobike. Just because I like it in combination with Revitalizer. If we just look at the top 2 cards and you can choose one, just pick the supporter, pick the Decidueye, not the Decidueye, or yeah, a draw supporter as mentioned, Sycamore or an Ultra Ball or anything else, and then you just discard a grass type. This is not that bad because if we use Ultra Ball the first turn and check our deck, if Revitalizer is in it, we can just safely discard a grass type, get it back later with Revitalizer. So you don't have to forget to count your numbers. So I don't believe we are still at the 60 card range. So we have 8 energies, 23 Pokemon, makes it to 31. So we need 29 of the trainer cards. So with this 4 Sycamores, we are already at 4, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have 25, we need 29, so this is really easy. We still need a stadium card. Mostly all the decks run at least 1 or 2 stadium cards because it's kind of a stadium war. We have the Scorched Earth, we have Silent Lab, we have Faded Town, Skyfield, Fairy Garden, Parallel City is a huge one. So in this particular deck, I think running the Forest of Giant Plants is just a must. Just gonna put them right there. Beedrill, Tauros and Lugia are working together right there. These are our basic attackers, but here we have 4 copies of Forest of Giant Plants. So this is our stadium of choice. Why do we run more than 2 copies? The recommended value of a stadium card in a deck is about 2 or 3. We are running 4. We need Forest of Giant Plants to evolve all these stage 2s, otherwise we cannot get them out. And this is how I make a deck. So we have 60 cards in total. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I showed you my binder and how I make decks. Just lay my playmat right down, just get my staples on the field together with my main Pokemon and the energies, and then I get started. Usually I just add more things in the deck, like let's just say what can also be put in the deck that is really nice to use is a Fighting Fury Belt. I'm just gonna put it right there, just on the Lugia. Another thing you might think is another, what is it, what am I gonna say with the things here, we can add more items. Usually I add in like 65 cards and then discard the things that I don't need. But in this situation I'm already satisfied with the list of 60 cards. Usually you'll have around 63 cards and you have to be selective. What do I remove? What do I put in? But since I know the deck that well, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and that's how I really make competitive TCG decks. Hopefully you had some fun with this video and you learned a bit of two here and there. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely rock smash the hell out of the like button and show your support by saying some cool stuff in the comment section. I always read the comment section, so go wild. And as mentioned, if you have any decks that you want me to review, just PM me. I'm just gonna give you some tips here and there. So that is it. Definitely have fun making your competitive deck, and I will be seeing you guys soon with more TCG videos. Have an awesome day, guys. Peace out.